Hello, and welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Hassingham. Today we're going into our Sword portfolio weekly numbers. So I'm currently on vacation, so this isn't going to be my normal routine, but we're just going to go through it. So currently our Sword portfolio is at $265.90. We have a current gain of $46.97, and we have a market return of 32.23%. So this is our all-time data. So we have our weekly growth curve. See on there on the chart. Then we have a total gain for the week of $16.90. And we have a money weighted return of positive 7.14%. Then we have our numbers here. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can just kind of see there. If you want to look at the numbers yourself, you can always pause it, look at them. We have our monthly return. There's our chart, growth curve. Then we have a total gain of $35.54. And we have a money rated return of positive 17.75%. Then we have our percentages here. You can see everything on there. You can always pause it if you want to review it. And of course, we have our all time, which I already told you the numbers, but let's look at the gains. I should say, here's the growth curve. Apologies. There you go. There's a growth curve. So it's July 11th till today. Here's our numbers. Okay. And we did have a portfolio rebalance. So this was our rebalance on October 1st. So every 3 months, basically every quarter, we're going to rebalance. So you can see how we just rebalanced our assets. Actually, I think you see them all like that. There you go. So most of the gain was sold. I'm sorry, this was a morning trade. I apologize. This was the morning trade. This is adding $30. So we just added $30 and we spread it across all our assets. You can see here. And then rebalance. Here we go. This was the rebalance. Sorry. This is on September 29th. We rebalanced. This was like on the Monday, I believe. So we sold here. These are our sells. Most of it came from Village Farms. And then we buy here. These three excluding are just really less than $1. But these are what the rebalance was. So we rebalanced, and we also had a purchase of $30 into our portfolio. So that is our chart information there. I'm sorry, our numbers there. So if we go to our charts, we have our ARK Invest. See, it's continuing this uptrend here. So it's always going back to post-tariff announcement, was going up, and then we went sideways, and now we're going up. Apologies, but we're going to go through this kind of quick today. So again, SMR, our energy stock, this is our current performance. So it's been going down, kind of sideways. Consolidated Water, our water stock, done really good. Selling off a little bit right here. Village Farms, I have to delete this arrow because it's kind of doing a little choppiness up here, but still kind of chopping in the uptrend. Coinbase, adjust that a little bit. It's going down, but then it's starting to pop up a little bit. Stratasys, let's delete that. Going up and then kind of going sideways. Rivian, still kind of trending, kind of flat still overall, not doing much. Palantir, Palantir's doing good. Get rid of that. So I had a drop off here from August 13th, and then to September 9th, started coming back up again. CRISPR, oh wow, CRISPR, it's really turned around. It's already back at all-time highs, or recent highs, I should say, not all-time highs, recent highs. Jesus Lord. AeroVironment. Oh my gosh. AeroVironment. I know there's a big deal. I think that was done. We'll cover that in a minute. Man, AeroVironment's gone all the way back up. Oh wow. And then Rocket Lab still going too. All of them still going near their recent highs. So let's go through our ETFs. Let's see our information. Let's see what we can do. So we have ARK ETF, ARK Innovation ARK records significant inflows. That's not interesting. ARK Cathie Wood boosts stake in DraftKings. ARK Invest purchases over 500,000 shares of DraftKings, DKNG, across multiple funds, including 350,315 shares added to ARK, making it the 37th largest holding in the flagship ETF amid a dip in the sports betting stock. Launch of new ARK Buffer ETF. ARK Invest announced the debut of the ARK Diet Q4 Buffer ETF, ARKT, on October 1st, 2025, trading on the CBOE BZX exchange. It provides buffer exposure to ARK's innovation theme, making it the first suite of defined outcome ETFs. ARK's strong year-to-date performance, blah, blah, blah. Recent trading activity. Over the past week, ARK Invest executed buys in Alibaba, Baidu, Lockheed Martin, Amazon, Meta, and Roku. Across the funds, ARK, ARKG, ARKW, and ARKQ. And then ARK hits multi-year high. Cathie Wood's investment Meta platforms. ARK Invest added millions in shares of Meta platforms. Meta, a 26-year-old tech giant, bolstering position ARK and funds the robust gains. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's go through our stocks. Whoops. SMR. So again, apologies because I'm out of town and doing this. So still using that Grok 4. As long as it's available, it'll put in the time for me. I don't know how long it'll last. Come on. Give me something. Go. September 30, 2025. Bank of America downgrades new scale. Underperform. Surge. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. September 30th. Analyst scrutiny on valuation. So project execution challenges. Insider selling. Floor group at Director New Scale. Sold 4 million. Ownership through additional shares. Blah, blah, blah. Stock price pre-round. Asset reports holdings. Disclosure of shares. Okay. No actual news. Okay. I look for actual news, not what people are buying or selling. I don't care. CWCO. I know other people out there care about stuff like that, but I don't. I care about actual news that's happening. You know, like if there was a project being done or an announcement from the company or, you know, something worthwhile. Someone buying and selling shares isn't worthwhile. It's not like any of them were reporting on me buying or selling shares. So why should I care about them? Come on, Grocky. I gotta get a new laptop too one of these days. Oh, this one does pretty good still. September 9, 2025, Consolidated Water Ltd. Stock hit a 52-week high, blah, blah. Year-to-date gains, significantly outpaced utility, blah, blah, blah. Technical indicators, blah, blah, blah. Competitive analysis. Ahead of peer Global Water Resources, GWRS on 11 of 18 key factors, including profitability metrics, valuation, while noting CWCO's lower volatility beta. I'll have to look at that. Global Water Resources, GWRS. Interesting. Never heard of that. Global Water Resources. Oh, well, it's like a little virgin company. Only been around a few years. That's cute. Oh, it doesn't look like they're involved in desalination. Yeah, I don't even care about that stock. Why are you comparing it? Waste my time. All right, Village Farms, share buyback authorization. Okay. Village Farms International Board of Directors unanimously approved a $10 million share repurchase program, authorizing the buyback of up to 5.69 million common shares, 5% of outstanding shares, funded by exiting cash and future operations. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world. I like it when investors buy the stock, not when the company buys their own stock. Strong cash position outlook. The company anticipates closing Q3 2025 with approximately $75 million in cash, supporting ongoing operations and the repurchasing initiative. Okay. Profitability analysis. Patch of the cusp of profitability metrics. Blah blah blah. Stock price update. Blah blah blah. ETF holdings increase. The advisor shares pure U.S. cannabis ETF. MSOS added 19,000 shares of VFF to its portfolio, part of a broader daily adjustment in the cannabis sector. So remember when ETFs add stocks to their ETF basket, that means anybody who's buying that ETF is also going to be buying Village Farms through the ETF. So as people buy the ETF, they buy more shares of Village Farms, which is good for me. Bullish sentiment on X, don't care about that. After VFF comes Coin. I do like to see the ETF updates because, again, if like I said, if one of these stocks gets added to an ETF, you get fund flows. So as these funds, these ETFs, which the F in ETF is fund, exchange traded fund. But as they're buying the ETF, they're also going to be buying the stocks. So the more ETFs these stocks get added to, the more potential fund flows we get. That's just passive income coming into the stock. Ooh-wee. Come on, Coinbase. Okay, October 3rd, Rothschild & Co. upgraded Coinbase, blah, 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 don't care. Coinbase stock soared amid strategic moves, including partnerships and expansions, blah, blah, blah. Coinbase announced plans to seek a federal trust charter to expand its payments and service offerings. Okay. Interesting. Oh, this is I think I saw this. Samsung partnered with Coinbase to provide access to cryptocurrency trading for 75 million US Galaxy smartphone users. That sounds good. Coin jumped to performance following market rally driven by economic uncertainty, blah, blah, blah. Coinbase stock recovered from an intraday plunge, blah, blah, blah. Coinbase shares rose as part of a broader market gain, blah, blah, blah. Coin stock hit up this surge, cryptocurrency market fueled by positive commentary. Yeah. Coinbase is going to release of a new network token for its base blockchain, potentially boosting the stock. Okay, so they're going to make a new network token. And let's question Coinbase shares overvalued, blah, blah, blah. Okay, after coin, we got Stratasys. Oh, I'm back. Still recording, right? Yep, still recording. Okay, good. So I don't do this on my laptop very often, so I just want to make sure everything's working good. Yeah, and I'm trying to power through this today. Don't be surprised. I want to get to that AeroVironment one, because man, that stock was popping off. No major news. Stock performance update. Recent price movement. Blah blah blah. There were no significant. That's fine. If there's no major news, there's no major news. There's nothing wrong with that. Every week doesn't got to be a headline. I actually prefer it because it makes this part faster for me. Rivian. Let's see. So, coin. There's a bit of that pop there. Rivian. Okay. Rivian Q3 2025 deliveries beat expectations but stock declines. Rivian announced third quarter deliveries that exceeded analyst forecasts, yet shares dropped as the company narrowed its full year 2025 delivery guidance to 41,500 to 43,500 vehicles due to regulatory hurdles. Stock tumbles on revised forecasts. Blah, blah, blah. Weak production output pressure shares, the company reported. Softer production numbers alongside the narrowed financial guidance contributing to a significant intraday drop. Analyst views on pullback opportunity. Blah, blah, blah. Year-to-date performance, blah, blah, blah. Speculative investment outlook, blah, blah, blah. Nothing important there. After Rivian, we got Palantir. PLTR. Come on, Palantir. Ugh. Bullish outlook from top investors. Spy recent dip. 5-star investor. They give him a star rating. That's adorable. Remains positive on Palantir. Revenues, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Stocks drops on security flaw report. Palantir shares fell more than 7% after a Reuters report cited a U.S. Army memo describing significant security issues and very high risk in the NGC-2 battlefield communication platform co-developed with Anduril Industries. Oh, I think I remember that they were partnering with Anduril. There's no specifics there. Like, what was the flaw? You know? Let's see if it says it here. Company rebuttal on flaws. Okay. Palantir rejected the claims of ongoing security problems, saying the issues were identified early in development and immediately mitigated, with both the company and the Army confirming the platform's current security posture. So, is anything wrong? Improved technical signals, blah, blah, blah. So, it's like a nothing. Sounds like nothing. Crisp. It looks like something happened in Crisp, and that fucking stock chart be popping. CRSP. Be nice if it actually said what the flaw was. It's like one side says there's a flaw, the other side says there's no flaw, and then that's it. And that makes the stock move. Just like, how do we know what the flaw is? And if it's through the Army, they'll probably never say what the flaw is because maybe it's a covert operation. So what's the point of them even saying anything? All right. CRISPR Therapeutics announced it will present preclinical data on its novel synthase gene editing technology for alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency AATD at the ESGCT 2025 Annual Congress, showing 95% editing efficiency in cell models and 70% mRNA correction in humanoid rats with no detectable off-target effects. I'm glad it says rats because that's where they're testing it. CRISPR reached 52-year high, blah, blah, blah. The stock hit a 1-year high, blah, blah, blah. Analysts highlight CRISPR valuation, blah, blah, blah. Shares declined despite broader market, blah, blah, blah. IVC Wealth Advisors disclosed a new investment. I don't care. Good for you. Good for you buying stock. AVAV. Here we go. Something's happening on this one. Dude, look at this stock. Hold on, let me do the search real quick. Get this going. AVAV. Dude, look at this fucking pump right here. I think I remember seeing something too online. But look at that shit. Something's going on. Something's going on in AeroVironment. Drone defense. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, something happened. Something happened. Show me what happened. Here we go. Major contract award. Here we go. AeroVironment was selected for a 10-year, 499 million U.S. Air Force contract under the Helmsman program. Jesus, I bet that's a big ass acronym. HELMSSMAN. Helmsman. I guess it's Helmsman. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Boosting the company's backing by more than 10%. By more than 10%, shares jumped 8% in response. So $500 million, 10-year contract. Product enhancement announced October 1st, 2025. The company unveiled upgrades to its Puma LE unmanned aircraft system, including an integrated laser target designator, contributing to positive investor sentiment. Analyst price target increase week of September, blah, blah, blah. JMP Securities upgrades, blah, blah, blah. Stock surge highlights, blah, blah, blah. Valuation discussion, blah, blah, blah. So basically, $500 million contract for 10 years with the U.S. Air Force. That's awesome. And then upgrades to its existing system. Cool. That's why it jumped. Okay. Now I know. Now I feel updated. Very good. Okay. And last but not least, maybe Rocket Lab had a little bit of news. RKLB, it had a little something. September 29th, Rocket Lab announced a second multi-launch contract with Japanese satellite company Synspective for 10 additional dedicated Electron rocket launches from New Zealand through the end of the decade, bringing the total contracted missions between the two companies to 21. This marked the largest single customer order in Rocket Lab's history and reinforced its position as the exclusive launch provider for Synspective's constellation. Hell yeah! Working with the Japanese, I like it. September 30th, Rocket Lab conducted a successful HASTE suborbital test launch named Justin from Wallops Island, Virginia, demonstrating key capabilities for hypersonic and defense applications as part of ongoing development for responsive space operations. Okay. October 1st, market analysis highlighted Rocket Lab strong 1 year stock performance. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Wait, retail sentiment, significant insider selling. Oh, yeah. So Peter Beck offloading 2.5 million shares, 440 million. Overall outlook remained positive. Yeah, he sold his shares. Who cares? He's the CEO. Can do what the fuck he wants. People get upset when insiders sell. I'm like, everybody takes profits. What's wrong with that? October 2nd, Rocket Lab shares surged 5% in morning trading following the Synapse deal. Blah blah blah. Shares rose another 5%, including launch contract. Blah blah blah. Social media buzz. Blah blah. Okay. All right. So that's basically it for our update. Again, I'm on vacation, so sorry for the I got no slide deck or less crude video. But anyway, thank you always for watching, and have a good day.